everyone, so today I thought it's about time I gave Chesney and Basil their spring makeovers. So I'm going to start with Chesney. As you can see, Basil's in and now wind sucking straight away. Anyway, so Chesney's here looking a whole lot better. He's still liking to put more weight on, but he's definitely looking better than he was. So we will get started. So I've given Chesney a brush, just giving him a brush over. So, oh, now he's moving around. Chesney, mind the thing please. And now I'm going to give him a little bit of a trim with the scissors in various places. So I'm going to trim these long bits of hair off that good boy. He thinks I want to pick his up. I'm going to trim these long bits of hair there, because he won't lose much more of that in the summer. So I'm going to give that a trim, just tidy up his fetlocks down here, and I'm going to do his mane. And then I'm not one for trimming whiskers, so I won't be doing that, but I'm not sure if you're ready to see, he's got an eyelash here that's really long and it curves round and goes in his eye. Can we show everybody? Okay, that's the end of it there. And sometimes it catches in his eye, so I'm going to cut that in case you're wondering why I'm going at his eye with scissors in a minute. So we'll just trim that up for him first. Silly monster. Silly monster. Here he is. Just squeeze the ears together. Just cut off that. So it's sticking out, makes them look a bit smarter, doesn't it? And that's it, there we go. Another one. Good. There's his completed fetlock in comparison to the other hairy one. Looks quite a lot better. So that's it. I've done all his feathers now. He's looking at me very suspiciously because I've got the solo mane comb. He absolutely hates having his mane pulled, so I have one of these instead. It doesn't do as good a job, I don't think, but it's much easier and he's not bothered by it so much. So basically you get a little bit of mane, you back comb it and then you press the button and it cuts the hair. You don't want to just comb it down and cut it, because then it looks as though you've just gone along with scissors, and obviously the idea is to do something a bit similar to how it would be if you pull it. So I'll do a little bit. I can't get the camera that close, so hopefully you'll be able to see some. You do have to keep brushing it in between to keep it obviously down so you can see where you are and what you're doing. You don't want to go too mad. So that's done. It's not perfect. As I said, I'm not a big fan of the solo combs, but I don't have many options like with Chesney. It's also his mane's a bit more bouncy at the top, so it looks looks longer in the middle, but I don't think it is. But I'll have a look probably in a couple of days and compare it. I'm just going to give his nose and his mouth a wipe. So the last thing we'll do is wash his tail. I've got my shampoo and my Canton mane and tail for afterwards. So let's get to it. I think the correct way of drying their tails is to swing them, which I'll do with Basil, but Chesney hates that, so I'm going to towel the end of it. It doesn't have to be totally dry though. I'm going to trim the bottom. Straight. Don't like short tails, so we're not going to make it short, we're just going to tidy it up. When you're ready, Chesney. Keep doing it a few times to make sure we get it. There we go. We come to mane and tail through it now. Chesney's got a really thick tail, so the key is to get it in the middle. So that's that done. I will, when it's dried, so probably after I've done Basil, it'll be dry, and I'll be able to go in and comb it through with my fingers and a mane comb, and it'll look all beautiful. And then you'll look very smart. You look very smart. Yeah, is it time for some hay now? So Basil, how's his go? Yeah? Good boy. So it's Basil's turn now. As you can see, he hasn't finished moulting. It's got a fly bothering. He's still got all funny mottly, looks a right mess. And you've got a horrid fly poppet. So I know that Basil will lose quite a lot of this feather. So I'm not going to really worry about trimming off his feathers. What I want to do, hey, I've given him a little brush. So what I want to do is try and pull his mane. We may not be able to do it all today because sometimes he gets a bit difficult after a while. You see how he's got this dark bit just here still. All the long hair hasn't fallen out from here. He looks really funny. So I'm going to try and pull his mane a little bit. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is wash his tail. And then I have to go the other side of him to pull his mane. So we will wash his tail and do his eyes and his ears first. Good boy. Good boy. You'll see the difference in Chesney and Basil with them having their tails off. And Chesney lifts his out and Basil's clamps his down. Might be able to notice I'm standing to the side of Basil more than I did Chesney, and that's because he might lift his leg up. Chesney won't, but Basil might, so I'm just being a little bit more cautious with him. Well, I think he might have decided he quite likes this. Is that nice? Think he likes that, Chesney? You've got bubbles on you, you've got to wash them off. Sorry, darling, you've got bubbles on you, guys. That cause problems. Good boy. Come on now. Come on now, good boy. Gonna swing? Right, camera. I'm just going to trim the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to try and pull his mane. So I've got a little pulling comb and a glove on my left hand. It's not very good, but it only needs to be thick sort of here. So he's much easier to do from this bit's easier to do than the top bit. It has been quite hot today, so hopefully his paws are a bit open, but we will see. So basically we've got the comb in our right hand, I've got a little bit of mane. I'm going to back comb it up, wrap my fingers and pull. And I only take a tiny little bit at a time. Lots of people take huge chunks, and I think that's why a lot of horses get put off. But I take little bits. I don't want him to have a really short mane, but look a bit tidier. Good boy. Oh, we've got tickle. Now he's starting to feel the pulling, so that's why he's lifting his head up, I think. Good boy. Good boy. You see, he tempted himself that time. Good boy. What a grumpy face. What a grumpy face. He used to keep standing back. You don't want to get carried away and end up with, like, I mean, up here. I'm going to leave that at that today. So the last thing we'll do is cut a bridle path so it's easier to separate his forelock from his mane. I do it every year, so I will have to stand on the stool though, won't I? I usually do it from the head collar really, so I don't take a big bit, it's rather than make it a place for it to sit, I just do like a dividing place to divide. That's all, stop wiggling. Right, there's a section and then I can just, some people do huge bits and I look daft, so I just do a little bit and I can put my finger in. In fact, that's probably where I did it last year, a little bit further back because it's shorter. Anyway, that's fine. We might do a little bit more. Should we do a little bit more, Basil? Oh, I'm standing still now. Being an awkward answer a minute ago. There we go. There we are. So there we are. That's Chesney Spring Makeover and Basil Spring Makeover. So mane, tails, feathers, whiskers, if well, not whiskers down here, eyelashes really. They're all smart. Or you will look smart when you've lost the rest of your winter coat, won't you, monster? Yeah? Huzzah! So I'm ready for my tea now, mummy. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today, seeing them go from messy, muddy winter boys to clean, tidy, shiny summer and spring boys. Anyway, all I've got left to do then is just brushing through their tails when they've dried out. So I'll either do that in a bit or I'll probably do it tomorrow, to be honest. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you again. Bye.